Um, okay, me family una kaba una kusha una adu. This is Cast TV with your regular program Salon for Better. The people today what would they bring count to now? We know say we get presidential elections on 2018. And we get a lot of people that will come out now the diaspora will go aspire for certain position them. On the 11th hour, nine and tell them say then give them nickname call and say then are to see him. That to see means when they get foreign passports and then get asylum passports. And that nothing even to America illegal for let you become a dual citizenship where you be an American citizen and you be a Sierra Leonean citizen. It happen in Ghana, na Kenya, and all other all African countries, all around the globe. Then
well, it happened because the country legally allowed that to happen.
Yes.
So
and Salon legally allowed that for happen before for become a dual citizenship, and they allow people.
Oh, it been in the constitution already.
Yes, for become a dual citizen, and then they allow people and then for don't spend their money when they go aspire for position the way they don't can learn something else. So don't be nurse, so don't be engineer, so don't be lawyer, so don't be doctor. They want go serve their country. The way they are the 11th hour elections, somebody say that they do it for KQI, then go say, oh, if you get a foreign passport, if you're not a foreign citizen, you don't get rights.
So what do you mean then go against the constitution?
Well, then go against them because if they say it be there inside the constitution.
Make that okay. Ambassador can clarify that for
okay, yes. So now then tell people, they say people can get to see him. So then wait, let people don't spend all their money. When they spend their money all along, they not tell them say they get to see more. Once it can now for the 11th hour for elections, they can tell them, say they get to see them, then they give them that tickets. Say they're not get right for participate by elections. But where them they send the money. No, not return the money, then give them back, say, una take una money back, no want una na to see una get to. So now, waiting happen, elections don't come, Mother BOA and government they pan to attack the country, and people will not forget but waiting be happen to them about it to see him. Now, they call people their attention, say una get for wake up, and this thing be don't go to parliament for let they rectify this problem, say yes. This to seem then get for pull them out, and that anybody within the diaspora, whenever you don't become a British citizen, you don't become an Australian citizen, an American citizen, you get the right for vote and you get the right for participate in Sierra Leone politics. Not only money no more now for they receive for support the party. So now we call the attention of people and now we get a group we don't form the diaspora and so when a dual citizenship advocacy group where don't say then they give ultimatum to the government. By the end of March, if you not put this in a parliament, let them approve and say yes, citizens the way they abroad will get dual citizenship, get right for participate in any kind of activity then at the country, politics and everything. Then they seize with whatever contribution that they give to the country. But today, we go bring on somebody who go can give some contribution to this because in this is a part of the dual citizenship advocacy group when the former ambassador deputy representative to the United Nations for Sierra Leone when Ambassador Felix Kroma. Ambassador Felix Kroma, welcome to Cast TV.
Thank you very much, Cast, for want to get me back today. Plenty, thank you.
Yes, Ambassador, this will not go far because it's not clear church. This dual citizenship whether they church up people that we don't come na the diaspora, we don't can get idea, we don't can learn, we don't get knowledge. Where man and sit on a free tongue, they get waiting, they get crushed over people that we don't can the not to say people in Canada diaspora. Now God bring them come. If they don't can learn work, they want go implement it in their country. Una they say because you don't come out America, you don't come out Australia, you don't come out Europe. Then we can block we. Una they block them for now pass this bill na parliament say people who come on the diaspora get right for camp take political position and at the country for now push the country go before.
I don't know if the ambassador can clarify whether this was a law in Sierra Leone.
Well, Ambassador, yes, I only answer to Jalomi Bafos. He say if this not a law for at least dual citizenship in the country.
Was there a law before?
There has never been um, there has been a draft law where the parliament approve it under present law for say people with dual citizenship, forget all the benefits where they're supposed to forget in a country of origin. But
So it was never a law.
we all know say yes, it was never a law because it was never implanted into. It's still be say it is. I think the stage holding and for make parliament just approve them, then it become a law. Everything done, parliament will just approve them. And
So the bill is already written.
the bill is there. I mean, as I say, like about of blessed memory, we don't do your side, you don't pass that particular law day. And all which we require now is for be embedded in the constitution of Sierra Leone, and then it becomes
law.
automatic. Yes, automatic law.
So what are some of the benefits within that bill for we within the diaspora?
Well, first of all, that it serve as an unlimitless processes. Right now, naturally, like within the moderator will say, naturally we go salon now.
Mm-hmm.
You go live any kind of life we choose for live now on the basis like say nothing that they happen. Not until when you want to go for something, somebody now the telling will tell now say something will happen. Which I mean, now you can go do your business, you can go build a house and salon, you can do all of them things and they was for do. Nobody no go checkmate you because, as I say, the enforcement mechanism very weak in a salon. But something as smart you go do now, when they go get for check you, then you realize say you already don't get citizenship other side, you don't get citizenship in a salon, then I think the problem will come. That is to say that they go no say either a citizen of another country. No say where you go as a citizen of another country, they denounce the other one, the citizenship of birth. Some country they allow you for two, they accept all two, but some other country then they deny you for deny one and take the other one. So imagine
areas they affect normally in politics,
every area. That as long as you na person way don't denounce Sierra Leone, common sense, you don't denounce Sierra Leone citizenship, it means you are no more a Sierra Leonean. You know what I mean? You don't have to take oath into another country and say this is my country now. So
that means the sooner by default you don't denounce Sierra Leone when you become
exactly. So like for example now, laws in Sierra Leone say non-Sierra Leoneans non-citizens enough for own property. That is the Non-Citizens Act. So if you denounce Sierra Leone rights, automatically, if you below 7 Sierra Leone now, if somebody want to challenge you, but then they can challenge you on that grounds, they say you're not a citizen again. As long as you get the evidence and for sure, you don't denounce your rights, you are going to lose that property. As laws and the mechanism for enforcing laws in Sierra Leone say not too strong right now, so nobody will forget that. Except the one the way gets countries is the way they accept dual citizenship. You get some countries the way they accept dual citizenship. We are in, they can accept you country come on as well as their own country. They can accumulate both. They want and they know get problem, but the other country the way they denounce the birthrights, it means as you denounce the birthrights, everything but the loss, socially, politically, economically, the loss. So this
the people within the diaspora, then we are saying this law actually can affect anybody.
Well, they underestimate the law, and say one thing about law. They underestimate the law, and one thing about law now the fact say law now something way may say now something may say it gets a long way for affect processes them. For example, say law kill they don't lie, like when they say kill they don't quietly.
Sleeping law, yeah.
And it will only take effect where you go provoke them. That's what all laws and they. You're not gonna say for TMAP na certain place public places and do certain things like crime. Pass you do them, then somebody remind you don't commit a crime, and they tell you say I don't become a violator. So many Sierra Leoneans they neglect that particular clause. As I repeat them back, as a lawyer of 10 years standing, the only people leverage by that law now the people that we seek citizenship now we accept dual citizenship. You will seek citizenship in a country where they accept dual citizenship. Now you get rights for acclaim all other things which is supposed to acclaim as Salon, because you need to denounce the other country. You just farm with the other, but other countries they require you to automatically denounce the other country. Where will people get that passport and give to Sierra Leone? And if you don't say me to Sierra Leonean, it means in as much as you are born there, you don't say I'm no more part of Una. It means you don't denounce everything where you're supposed to forget as a right to the country. So anybody where want challenge you sometimes or in any situation can wake up at any time. Anytime wake up, you'll be affected. Okay. So I make it best. You fight right now your own country because they give dual. You fight right now your own country for give the dual citizenship. So it means you get the benefits now. Even if you denounce now another country you own, you still get the benefit of your country where they give you a dual. So you stand in a buffer, wherein you stand in a safe ground. But if you chose no more say at the left arm, pass, if you say pass, I want to go for politics, because politics now what's make it a common part politics where make like which I say where they pull them out in the last saga. Now because in politics now they get of competition where they go pull your secrets for you for hold you down. Now make you see become too obvious in politics. But we win a lot and no say even without politics, as long as you don't denounce your citizenship of Salon, it means you don't get no rights to proclaim anything there. Any law which state say non-citizen, you see, not for get these particular benefits, it means you fall under that category there because you are no more a citizen.
Okay. I mean, people don't know just join with this. I say Cast TV with a regular program, Salon for Better. And today they talk about the dual citizenship na Sierra Leone. And who get a former ambassador, when a former representative to the United Nations for Sierra Leone, Ambassador Felix Koma. And they talk about dual citizenship. And right now, what do they look at? Organization don't form na the diaspora, and we get an article we come on last week where na the diaspora community don't give ultimatum to the government for see how them for look on this clause on dual citizenship na Sierra Leone. And now Ambassador Felix Koma don't fall na organization we don't form na the diaspora we na dual citizenship advocacy group where they talk about this dual citizenship where people then go, they don't go spend them last at the end of the day when I tell them say they get to sim, which is very crazy. So then they're ready for team up on their legs, say no, all political parties in Sierra Leone, who side and they get them back and then small team diaspora, they support them. But now we don't can cry for our old nets that money, we not ask we wait to make we I read. People are not spend the money pound now. What attempt come for election? Who now then as a lot of parliamentarian they will about that. Now I know all this clause go through. Well, diaspora themselves the non-team up. Then they all the money. We now all the parliament themselves all the money. Now as we election, Kabuda go suffer. So now it make this group don't form na the diaspora where na dual citizenship advocacy group. Now when they give them money, una they tell them waiting them forget when they give them money. When they give them money, I will tell them, say, yes, this is also position we get for acquire where we come into governance. But then they can't give them money for free, like they say, then crazy. Why then they sleep here, then they spend the money. Now they sleep 8, 13, 14, 15 hours. Then they get less than 7 hours sleep. So now this thing don't come up. Ambassador, now, waiting at the stance where you feel say this advocacy, this dual citizenship advocacy group don't take. If then guy when I don't give the ultimatum with an article where we see last week, what's in the ultimatum when I don't give them? Who's not the deadline when I don't give them that this thing and get for pass in a parliament because people and they within a parliament now when a representative they wait and don't want to let this bill pass because then they look and say people in the diaspora are a threat to them. Where people then come on at the diaspora for go contest for any position with the money they get with the experience they don't get, then go kick them out. And some man they now na Sierra Leone without policy, they know where. And like you were, I know say you a lawyer. The day when you reach na Sierra Leone, the next day when you were coach, you go na law court, you get case, you get money.
So the ambassador can explain. Felix, you can explain to me some of the hurdles they want to get. What are the group or what are the people that will actually they try to stop the effort?
Well, if the first thing first that the current situation they right now in a parliament, as I repeat them back, parliamentarians, especially the leaders of parliaments, the major parties, then we don't sign signatories to the only party we don't sign it as an endorsement to the citizenship now the SLPP party. We don't know which are the reservation as of why they not sign it up to now. But APC party don't accept them, the NGC don't accept, and the C4C don't accept them. Now just SLPP now they wait for accept them. But as I always say, the situation with the dual citizenship now that like putting some locals, local politicians, and afraid feel say like by coming with other people from the diaspora, we get the resources and get the connections, then go get the chances and for win them into elections because they will be very strong when they contest any elections. So sometimes, as I say, not only on that for see them acclaim and accept that particular thing and sign them, or then think otherwise. But there has to be a political will because now they make we the advocate on them. Because you have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is like the country. Now, when you look at the role of the diaspora towards the country, it's very big. May you know say the diaspora then is a large sum of money, financial resources with excess money. So them bureaus, them banks, they get more foreign exchange rates. And secondly, now people they do large scale businesses, and then businesses so they help them at the same they bring more money into the foundation, and at the same time, then they get benefits them and do a lot of things that will go help for develop the country and move the country forward. So you cannot, for example, neglect some people. Above all, that's denounce a citizenship. We all know the reasons and why. May you know say countries like America, nobody know the born in America denounce a citizenship because it gets all the facilities that we need now, and they live well now, in life okay now. So we'll go any side, they say, well, I want left America, I want go other side. So what can they say? Because we, especially Thessalonians, they left for countries mainly because we come out for go survive, make reasons, So these are some of the reasons we make the left. That person out of involuntary actions. Then at the end of the day, you say for the denying of involuntary actions for denouncing citizenship, I feel say consideration needs to be shown because many people in the Canadian country we want to go back and we want to go settle and we want to go see how they go serve the country or play a role where they go for help for give back the country after achieve so lots. We cannot keep at bay because of reason. We have to get them involved in the process. So now make we the advocates say government for reconsider, especially the current government, because now they get the last signing now and try for pass the bill because the bill only almost reach as a consensus. We are in the other parties that don't agree. We just wait for SLPP now for able for see what we able for do. As I talk, so we already don't get a team of lawyers very soon and they get a press conference on the issue now future and try for discuss because the group right now they try as much as possible for ensure say we try for to get government attention for able for do it and supposed for do for make sure say that particular clause the entire for effects on the constitution.
So earlier you mentioned say currently in our SLPP they stop the process, but you
yes, very well.
Say this thing started from Tijankaba, which means there was APC before SLPP. So why APC not being
very well
undertake the projects and approve them?
Well, nine the moderator we say earlier. You see, when you do advocacy, sometimes you get for try as much as possible for doing continuously until you achieve the purpose. When President Kabaka out the presumption that this particular clause for be looking into, after that particular process, you get for hand over APC. Say between places serving different, including parliamentarians. Where you look at them by law in both aisle, that is SLPP, APC, and by law they're not supposed to forbid that way. But after so many considerations, they don't come. People they don't consider say we have to follow the law stricto sensu. Now make the to-see issue come way later. Many people are not able to see themselves again at Parliament. So now the situation that they're like it is, we cannot allow that again for lie down and left and go so now. Especially now we don't realize say all the four parties in the Parliament, the three they don't. Now just the one made them done with her once and for all, make we forget about her. So at the end of the day, anybody within the diaspora will be sure say anything go for a salon, it go get them.
So one of the viewers they need some clarification. Ibrahim say you're saying if you denounce your place of birth, citizenship, automatically you losing your property that you have acquired beforehand. Please, I want to know.
Okay. There is a law in Sierra Leone we say a non-citizen not forget property. They call it the Non-Citizens Act. They say anybody when a non-citizen and not forget property. When they say property, they indicate and clearly say like a land and house, that's alone. You know,
But if you
then
don't
get
get
that
time
particular clause
before,
in.
if you don't get time
Yes,
whilst you were a
1964.
citizen.
Yes, 1964. So now the question, no, if you don't get time prior before you denounce them, naturally the law need take retrospective, they go BN. If you don't get the property before you denounce your citizenship, they're not going to go BN for you. Say no. I mean, I talk out after like, some people are not. They must say somebody not make a citizen right now. You just for go build property that's alone. You're not supposed to get that property in your name, you know, because you are a non-citizen, because you don't denounce your citizenship as alone, you know. So this is what I'm talking about, especially for countries that repeat back, Wusai, they dual citizenship. If now a country they accept dual citizenship, you then Lord they know they owe you. So and at the same time, but the issue of we want to go to map for position, you know, then we can clearly say if anybody will get citizenship in another country, not able for team up for position as alone, parliamentarian as well as presidency. You know, you could be a minister because maybe diplomatic passport cover you, but for parliamentary and presidential, when at the same time, the law say we want to be president, you forget all of the requirements in way parliamentarian get. So you cannot survive in the children day. So there are certain things, as I say, it not only be for political, it can be even for social. But as I say, until somebody fall victim, nine people then go no says the law need for be taken out for be repealed.
Okay, Ambassador, I mean, people don't know just a journalist and Cast TV, which we regular program Salon for Better. We get a member of the dual citizenship advocacy group where they talk for people where they go last time, they go contest for get position and at the country at the end of the day, then give them name say they not to sim. This don't then a parliament, all the other political parties don't sign them. The party now they wait for let them sign, let this thing become a law. Now the SLPP. So they call on the SLPP. Although they get people that will come on at the diaspora, where they go work for them, where they bulldoze the constitution, but there are gonna come a time when the constitution, I mean, get for go the way it is. So it better for let them sign them, let them approve them for tomorrow, not to for them, but for them picking and then great grand picking them. We get for come tomorrow. We don't call land something or they don't born them at the diaspora. One go serve them mama and then granny them homeland. Let una try clear this thing here so now the constitution make them become a law. So Ambassador, I know say
Mr. Moderator,
yes, sir.
I just want to make some clarification.
Yes, sir.
The interesting thing about the law now that the picking them then get right for go to map for any position. A child born by a citizen overseas in get right for team up for any position. But
Okay.
you, the citizen, you the person we born as alone, we denounce your citizenship because the clause saying that a voluntary action, that is to say you voluntarily and knowingly say I don't want to be Sierra Leone again. And as an adult, then presume say it means you with your full mind decide say you know what the picking take as an innocent child. So the picking and then get right for go to map for any position, but you will be don't denounce that you not get right for to map for position. I just want to make that clarification there.
Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. As viewers there, as soon as don't listen from Ambassador Felix, former Ambassador, the permanent representative for Sierra Leone to the United Nations, Ambassador Felix Kuma, as he don't tell you now listen, waiting we get for talk now, Ambassador, which what do you want can give people now because we believe say there are a lot of people that within this dual citizenship advocacy group. Don't say then they cease forthwith all their activity, even money or shipment to Sierra Leone until then see to this clause in the parliament. So waiting at the last word you want to tell people them, sir.
Well, it very obvious, as I say, waiting are the most important thing right now. Now, a collective work for make people for achieve the purpose, forget the dual citizenship clause being enacted as a law. You know, and one of the things where we look at now how we the work simultaneously with all the respective organs, that is the parliamentarians as well as the the, the authorities, na na the government and that of we all know say the clause na a clause wey a very wide, and as I say, you're not gonna say wide until you become a victim to am. Now you go understand say a very wide. So people never say okay, well, as long as I go salon, I free for do any kind of thing, and that man miss sabi me, that bobo sabi me, you know, me a citizen because I'm a country and them born me. You go get them privilege and they will get them privilege and they, but the law na law. So tell one grade this something, you go do something, you go some side, a sharp one on you. The next thing you know, you don't involve yourself into something when I crime. So for avoid that, now I make you see everybody get for come on board for ensure say we continue the advocacy. For say we able for encourage the current government for consider enacting the law and making sure say the members of parliament of the Sierra Leone People's Party them therefore support your other members them make we able for particular thing become a law.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
The current foreigners, I mean the Lebanese, the Indians, they are not supposed to get any property in the country.
Very well. In fact, there is a case. He told me below and Afriton. As I tell you, this same to the talk was say this is how sometimes people will be careful. There is a case where below and Afriton making sure rest in peace. Edwards, now me whisper and me Lordy, and I be use them and then me rule in my favor. You know, as I say, you know, say the law is so cool that not all thing. If you when a lawyer say, I make we they call we practicing lawyer because every day you learn because you practice every day. You know, so if you read those, I mean, even Mr. Self no say there was a lot. I've done almost like 3 to 4 years in practice. Now they tell me I be getting case with some Lebanese them we then go block some Sierra Leoneans them Sierra Leone they sell Abacha Street, you know, Abacha Street. So to the Sierra Leone they sell Abacha Street for commodity, you know. So if you read those, let's if you read those we don't die, go give and so blessed memory. Now he whisper to me, show me the law, the Non-Citizens Act. And when I use them, I mean, the judge ruled in my favor. You know, because he tell you by his man say, you not property, and you're not supposed to forget property. And so if you don't get property, this court need to see you because the court, you know, waiting the law say. So the law not sabi use them. And to the case now, so that kind of thing, this is what I'm talking about. So this is sometimes you not go know until somebody, you get a situation, then somebody apply and you know, that's you go know now say it is an error. And because if you look at it even with common sense, if you don't say, I am no more part of this organization, which is like saying I'm no more part of this country, it means you don't take another country better than the country of your origin. You don't take oath of solemn of a pledge of adherence. So it means you not get
go
any
to war against that country, right?
Aha. So in fact, I made that fine. In fact, I make Salon be careful because Salon cannot compromise you now for go hold a presidential position when you know to a citizen. Then tomorrow that country you go do something against that country, he can't take you anytime for go answer them because you're a citizen there. Imagine can roots and president say can go answer to what you do in America. They don't get choice because you know a citizen in that country there. So I made them one for ensure say people let's say forget right to you equally in that country so that if any time you know we say to an ISF is it need for be cure. Because if you're not cure, it will always stand like this. So I don't know if the victim.
So what's not some of the concern then we may enact that law for? What do you mean it's try for guard against?
Now, largely some laws and they to me honestly the intentions of the drafters them we look at them sometimes it can bias, sometimes it can be genuine. Most people in the argue say at that time them they going for the Lebanese because you know like you know say then and they fear say you know say then all the days of the laws now that Salon they travel out of Salon. So the only people who go be non-citizens in Salon now be people of Negro African descent. We now like Lebanese, the Syrians, foreigners them. So people look at us say now for the modern laws that they be there for. But as how place people war, people move out of the country. So now, as I say, the law don't stand equal, because if you now a citizen, as I say, you don't fall as a non-citizen, and there's a law about non-citizen, then if they apply to anybody now, anybody will do within that category, they fall victim of them.
So what in you say go be for be the concern for enact this law? Like what in Salone stand for lose?
Well, to lose. See up on the pipeline now. Now the fact say many Sierra Leoneans, they don't call attention to governments. They don't inform some of we say they are not going to take the light with governments in this particular time. And government therefore look into that law there. Because as I believe say they say one get leverage. They want go in the country and feel says they're not in country, not in bad rights, not in place, and they feel like kind of belong in this. So then you look at say government will be considerate in making sure say say actions for pass it into law. So that they will get that freedom and feel says we are coming home to do our biddings in our country. But if they see there is a check and in that kind of situation, they will fear, because they will take and say one day they're not going to make them get any situation where they will get losses or any other form of criminal cases. So me if you say government for look at the genuine, because when you look at the role of the diaspora now the country, as I say, a very bad. Then Lord, they do for pass them as a means and as a joy for get them back home. We all see what's happening at Ghana and Nigeria. Lot of them people there we don't carry the diaspora are now returning home, because then laws and they don't change their laws and they don't try to make them much more better. And now they are getting their people going home. So we got to look at all of those situations, and they so at the end of the day we go before get the country moving. So a mere small view, a mere small experience, and more so when all other political parties that are claimed to them, as I say, C4C, NGC, and APC, they don't accept say therefore sign them. In fact, there is a memorandum of understanding where they already don't sign. It just left with SNPP leader in the House of Parliament, yes, for signing now. Then automatically they move on.
So if the law go through, I mean, it become approved, waiting that will enable me within also for do. That's alone.
It means you can do everything as the same as the time one day. Okay. Anybody we don't denounce that in citizenship now will do same way it's supposed to do as if at the time we be born day. That is to say, we be just born you say all rights of this country they part period. Wait, so in between that 10 now we don't can make, you don't go say okay, me don't pull some of the rights here and made. So the question now they come now say you would get back all the rights and they restored. So at any time you work inside your airport, as you reach at the airport, you feel like say a stranger. Take for example now if you're not a citizen of this country, of any other country, when they accept your citizenship, you're not supposed to even get sports. As I repeat and back, these are all the caveats, but many people don't understand this. You're not supposed to own anything we belong to Salon, because you don't denounce them. We don't say another part of this country. It means a symbol, the authorities. Sometimes once a person will hold you now one weekend, you know your passport to wait for you no more now. Sometimes one day mistakenly you count your Salon passport, you go and talk about you just say go to the under. These are all the things what it said we can always advise and tell people. So you don't compromise these things when you hang under. Because as I say, one day somebody will not let you might choose and by you, and then you will feel like say don't offend you, but it's the law. Because they say the law is blind, the law is the law. Not say that moment where they enjoy the privilege of the law. It's because sometimes somebody will enforce and by that moment. But if somebody grab one money and say no today, we are going to enforce it, it's the law. It's in black and white. And it will always be the law until it is changed. So these are all the situations.
Yeah, that's scary. The bill address like being able to vote from abroad, or in order for you to vote in any election, you get for Guna Salon.
Well, for now, the laws, the NEC law not expanded for voting at Salon. Salon, because say first we're not able to manage the elections effectively in our country. So you cannot, for example, call up for an elections outside, because you need a strong technology. Because right from there, you have to get people and we go for check the votes and and send the votes in immediately. You get for get people we get for common and Salon, get for camp for ensure and SARS, representative, all that resources and say right now, even with elections and for external voting them, except over time, as I say, over time, when with the this country they progress, considerations and go be there for make we get some laws and they will say people and go vote from outside, citizens and go vote from outside. But as I tell you back, these are all the caveats. How can people vote outside when you not get dual citizenship it? So you see, so all they make people and they even consider some of these things because they think I say the people who most of them, are not citizens of Salone anymore. They have already denounced their citizenships. So these are all the things that we have to look at.
So for people within the diaspora, we go and get involved. How they for reach you? What they for do? Is there any way where they can get involved?
Well, yes, Cast TV, of course, don't volunteer. Say, get membership na Cast TV. We then serve the part of the effectively the champion and the diaspora. So we on side purposely focus na Freetown. Within a Freetown, as I say, we get team of lawyers. We very soon forget a press conference with regards to the issue of the advocate, the citizenship. As far as the diaspora is concerned, one for release yourself off small and try to get una within at the circus for continuing the campaign will start. We a very good job, because these are some of the things that way it's for the take. Things the way we say will bring benefits to many countries. Because what we want to in bad faith now, like for many countries move forward, we want people to get confidence, and get the belief in say it's my country, I can invest there, and no one will question me anytime. As I tell you no more, the implications are there, but many people in this say if you say it's not that way, it's there. The sooner you say I'm no more Sierra Leonean, it means you lost everything, your passport, your ID card, you lost everything. You not get right to none of those things. Because it's only those. It is clearly there. It is for Sierra Leoneans. And if you say I'm no more Sierra Leoneans, then it means you not get rights for them. So I make you see if you watch many people a week you want to get intention, further intention as Sierra Leone, they can only stop at certain level for take benefits externally, like in countries like America, they can stop at green card. Wall Street up with Kano Yomkela, we beat him up, a bigger cost in the citizenship, just for make it go back again, get what you need forget. So these are all the elements we go for look at, we go for consider. So if we want purpose, we no say you want to get a total freedom, it's now time for make you join the campaign by calling them Cast TV and ensure say you try to reach them out and register yourself as an element of interest. This is not about party line. It's not about party line. It's not about which ones. And nobody they go against any political party for say they go against a political party because you want for bringing them down. No, it's not about that. It's just the reality. As I repeat back, with all it's SPP on the Pakaba and then starts for ensure say them pass that bill for the interest of Salone. So it's not like something where something one political party blow over us. All the parties will express interest for make it happen. So let's all say and so in the diaspora try to express interest and make it happen. So as I say, the campaign is going on. Very soon we'll establish a WhatsApp group, so we'll get a large scale membership who will be interested for make we move on with the campaign. Whilst at the same time, we'll take them up very strongly with that of we'll get a press conference where we'll inform the government of the status and try for look at how we expect government for acts of this particular argument we will try for present.
Okay, the people who only join, we will just stay watch, we will only continue to watch, we as soon as know say this is Cast TV, and as soon as they listen to Ambassador Felix Koma, they talk about dual citizenship, and beaucoup of people away Canada diaspora, we know they listen to say Cast TV, we don't acquire certain knowledge and then continue the whole council, we will not ever get na salon, and at the end of the day, we want to go pay back to the country, low developed country. And you get politicians the way see don't they wanna come out and they go tell you na say una na to sim just because of bad. Then they do it genuinely, then they do it because of bad that. Say, hey, who side this come? I don't come out because they can't take me job na man. So now that thing they would effect for right now, where even you want John for this fight, for let them pass this bill in parliament, you go try for Cast TV because we get a dual citizenship advocacy group. Where now we effect on this thing now, whether you get Australia as citizenship, Europe citizenship, make America powerful. Elect now underground you come your citizenship you out in America, they accept you and put you in the system. Salon look how small, who's kind bad that's this. They want then sit on a free tongue, then a parliament, no one approve this clause for let it become a bill, a law, for let anybody will come and let you get any foreign citizenship. You get right for go support the country. So this night would affect now, and who now want to join this campaign? When I get for meet with the dual citizenship advocacy group, when I just link on say Cast TV, we will give all the criteria and for just join the group no more, at least low fetch the fete. Because this not too big fete. Now small fete because it's in clear to everybody. Say yes, if you be citizenship now the United States, no mean say you know for go put on pass salon politics. It happen and then Kenya, it happen in Ghana, it happen in Nigeria, and I make them they push go before look who's how they bien 30 day gary 1,000 Leone for cup. 30 day, I will not suppose for them put we get for eradicate where people and they go with them 5 gallon rubber, they go get to a turn a pump. Hey bo, salombo, they sorry for we self bo. Who they punish, who people and they punish. Who people and they punish will be they go school or come out school any pump or meet up, they shift at the water, so they ain't more to put one to drink. We not die for that because the water is very pure. Now look waiting and they go begin get 5 gallon for go get water. Then they go begin make Miller tank. For saying that then in their man they make the Miller tank here. Now then they bribe the government for letting no extend the Guma damp for let they get pure cleaning water. All that thing they are now they fetch for because people are in the diaspora then get idea how for can put them together for let the country push go before bo people let sorry bo. Una sorry for we bo una then a governance. Una then a governance una sorry for we. When they eat fry soup, we send people and they eat fry soup, and allow people and for let them eat for the day no problem. So now I make good day with this. And Ambassador there, I want to give the last word because this is very trending, a very terrible for let us see me people and for let them get water, then picking away for go school, then they go grab 4 o'clock morning for go then a line with 5 gallon for go get water. Ambassador, they are trying to see how we go fair to this this group here for let this act here let them approve and let people then go na Sierra Leone then go push the country go. Ambassador, what's that the last word we get for people in the country, sir?
Well, as we talk so right now, the dual citizenship first of all, it can take a very high momentum. As I talk so now, we don't get members in the United Kingdom, we don't get ourselves involved, and we don't get a team of say a cast with the guy for push issue na America. We get people in Sweden, we also don't call and show concern this short time. We get people in Finland, we also don't show concern. We get people in Greece, we also don't show concern. There are a lot of people where they call right now and show concern because many people in say they have been deported to Sierra Leone. And people are relevant of this particular thing and they will load in the plane at the country. Like what you talk, so if Sierra Leoneans and the diaspora are involved in the process of development, all their ideas, their technological ideas, they have for work on the Guma, for me, then get them. Because then just want to be assured, say, that the country accepts and once again, then people use all the ideas and go develop the country and move the country forward. So we no one for make no governments deprive them people have for go back home. Now make us say this is a non-partisan campaign purely on the basis say we move them for more ensure say we get an effective change for bringing the effectiveness of making sure say the dual citizenship President will pass them. So at the end of the day, the country will be effective and people really in the country can do what they want to do, then become a citizen back in the country. So we are going to take it very strong. As I say, it's a campaign for Slack. One for ensure say we get them going. So we are so happy for Cast TV and the rest of the world where they don't be acknowledge the campaign and we see the momentum they go. As I talk to you, so from the day before yesterday to now, we don't get up to 2,000 membership where they grow. So we continue for call on members who are interested for continue for because of it. I shall say before the the end of this week, I'm sure say many other Sierra Leoneans don't get themselves involved in register. And I non-partisan group, and there are so many people who are interested. We have called from so many categories, and I believe say it will go a long way. It will go a long way.
Okay, thank you very much. The people who now just contribute to this program and who now they watch we as soon as know this now regular program weekly this na Cast TV as soon as don't listen to former representative of the United Nations for Sierra Leone Ambassador Felix Koma. It don't come, it don't talk, and I get a group where don't pass over 2,000 membership where they campaign right now for the dual citizenship advocacy group for this to see what then go end now people aid after people don't go losses the money, say then they go into politics. Let this act become a law in a parliament, say whether you come on any sign of the globe, as long as you saloon do a citizenship, you get the opportunity for involved in any kind of thing of the country. So the people that will join me today, I think say this they continue and this fight they continue as people in the diaspora don't give ultimatum for Sierra Leone Parliament, the one the way did it, for let them pass this act, let go through. And if not, after match, then they go on a strike. Themselves they go on a different way. Nobody know they contribute to the Sierra Leone economy. Nobody know they ship or send money there until hey, but how we go be monkey walk babu eat? People then they work now, they send money for now. Una they contribute, una they grab, una go sit down, una they go represent people, and then una they do the right thing. The people they waiting them forget, then they get harm. Look today they watch one video, one man sit down, human no more in the court plus ask the people, hey bo, salombo, me sometimes they are kids now, so although the eats don't pour like they afraid for to wear, they say, look at me people in a salon and not get this for it. I go put this in a garbage. I can eat them back, although they pull, I they eat them back because I they remember me people and I don't think they are all who they fed for so. And right now, the dual citizenship advocacy group don't grow up. So people una want join this group, una just contact Cast TV, we will link una up and then we will put una the program Love Fight, as they say, many hands make light work. We will bring una on board Love Fight for this. So we go end the program here so today. We producer and sound technician will get today in the studio. Now Amjad Jalomimba, Mina Abdullah Mansari, and we just talked to Ambassador Felix Koma, at least we're in several part of the dual citizenship advocacy group. We will come back to una next weekend, give una updates about how this program they go. Una tata.